Alright, still at it again, but I actually just... Alright. So, Dondi was talking about Utah's special ability and some of the fucking thing. I actually forgot. I'm actually kind of retarded. Fuck. So let's just talk about, despite me playing Archotek. Oh yeah, so, and also free look as you sprint. Now, I think the free look as you run, as you go in the direction you were running before, is a fucking god's gift. Like, thank fucking god. It's actually a pain in the ass, so, it's like, oh no, running, oh no, I'm going that direction now! Like, it's kind of weird, so pressing Alt and looking around is a whole lot, like, helpful. It really removes all that like, dumb shit you have to deal with. So, another thing was Utah's special ability, where he just mentions the pack leader can, in a way, aim his influence to a specific dinosaur, like a singular Parasaurolophus or something like that, right? And in a way get a special buff from it, but at the same time gives away its position. And I actually really like that idea. And I'll tell you why. It's just kind of like, it's punishable, but as well as beneficial. If you get it done very well, you could get that kill and food. But if you fail, all you'll do is alert the animal and lose food and be punished that way. Which I really like that idea. He also did mention, like, when he does that ability where just he calls out, during his ability when he activates it, it deploys a sound. What he references is the elongated Jurassic Park sound of the raptors. I was like, another Jurassic Park influence. Wow. But at the same time, all the pack kind of does the same thing. So it's like he used an analogy of wolves howling, which I really like that idea. So it's kind of like, it's punishable again, so it's like it alerts the animals to raptors being really fucking trigger happy at the moment. So it does click for players and I think AI if it's advanced enough. It's like, okay, there's something that's gonna go fucking down. I get a dodge, you know what I mean? Sorry about the little fucking stutter. Still sick. A little bit. Feeling a lot better though. So, yeah, I think that is a really good idea, where it's not like it doesn't fucking overpower the raptor, but at the same time doesn't it's not boring, you know? They are giving the dinosaurs abilities to give them a little bit more character, and I really enjoy that idea of those kind of animals. Just giving them a little bit more personality. You know, so it's like, it's not just a survival game. You can use the abilities in your advantage if you can. So, I don't know, like what Beast of Bermuda does, where there's some abilities for, like, special abilities that the animals do, like a grapple or a boost through the water or something like that, or it kind of gives a little bit more ability to kind of a taste to the game. And I actually really enjoy the idea of having abilities attached to your character. So it's a little bit more fun and tactical, I guess. So, yeah. That sounds really fun. I can't wait for the recode. So, holy fuck. I love that. Now, I'm going a little bit off topic, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to title this Owl News or a mashup video or whatever. But the Archotek project, I'm seeing a lot of people shitting on this game. Well, I mean, it happened already, so it's fucking whatever. I like to defend myself a little bit. Back then, I did support this game. That's just because I found it enjoyable, not necessarily good, or, like, didn't steal things or whatever. I'm not gonna get in that fucking shit. You know, it just, I find it happy. It's not necessarily, it doesn't take itself serious. It's more of a social hour game. I see it as. Hold on. Fuck. You know, I'll just acknowledge that his messages later. So, yeah. And also, Anthomnia kind of took a shot at the Twitter. Levi was, Levia, whatever you want to pronounce it, was doing a Draconia Indiegogo advertisement on Twitter. Like, Anthomnia was like, don't abandon your game. It's like, yikes. Now, I wasn't really aware. I was aware that they're still in development, but I kind of forgot about it. Just haven't really heard word, but from Levi, or Levia, so take this with a grain of salt, they are still working on the game. So this is one of the GIFs that they posted. So it was just involving aquatics and stuff like that. And the reason why it's having slow development, according to her, is that it's just more of I think the coders, are working on, like, the ecosystem mode. So, yeah. And also you could join this Discord and kind of learn a little bit more about things like this. So, they have this change log, so you could just see what's going on behind the scenes, so you have a little bit more of an insight. So, I'm not too sure when they're going to be testing this stuff out or anything. But they have been working on this, and you could check the date of everything they post. And this is pretty fairly new. So, I think this is just a move just to kind of show that they are doing something. So that's less of like, dude, dead game. Actually. So, it is still alive-ish. It's just, I think it's going through development hell at the moment, with slow development speeds and all that. So, I'm not the dev. I'm not a community manager or anything. So, if you want to consult them with, like, oh, whatever, talk to them about it. But I'm still holding hopes on this game. I mean, it's kind of alive, I guess. I do hop on time to time and kind of fuck around, just hang out by myself. Fucking nobody. So, yeah. So, I don't really have anything to say other than there was, fuck it, I'll mention it. So, I don't mind people jumping on the bandwagon of Anthomnia, but to the individuals who, like, kind of let games have a chance and just kind of look at other opinions out there other than one person, that'd be pretty epic. Like, don't just rely on one person's input. Like, don't jump on a bandwagon just because, you know? It's just kind of weird. It really is. And he says, I know these devs. It's like, he really hasn't talked to her. Not much, really. All he's seen was the fucking game. Now, that was it. Now, with the Isle devs and the Day of Dragons devs, maybe you have something there. But with Archotek Project and Draconia, I disagree. And what the difference between Day of Dragons and Draconia is that they have their own fucking models. They've been working on the game for quite a while. I think it was before Archotek was even like a concept. Maybe. And also there's like good looking graphics to them. So I'm not a Day of Dragons thing, but I hate to be the devil's advocate, but I actually might be interested in buying Day of Dragons. I don't care about stolen things. I don't give a fuck. Oh no! Stolen! It's like, actually, who fucking gives a shit? Now that's gonna be a fucking controversial quote. I guarantee that. Which, I mean, oh no. Someone has an opinion. Danger! So, I mean, despite all the hate and the lack of promise that this game has shown, I do have confidence in the redeeming moment of Archotek to be popping off again eventually. Like, no, I'm just kind of using No Man's Sky as an example. Like, they got so much fucking hate and shit for it, but it improved. It fucking popped off and it improved upon itself and became one of the, I wouldn't say greatest, but the most underdog stories of game development, I think. So, I mean, whether I hate it, I still have hopes for this game. So, now, no ETAs, but yeah. So other than that, guys, I do hope, I'll just summarize it just for reasons. So what we talked about was Utah Raptor having its own special ability with kind of getting a buff to hunting animals, but at the same time giving away its position. So it's a little bit more of a back and back kind of thing. The other thing was sprinting and having a free look around your body, kind of like Rust. So it's a little bit more easy to look around and not get fucked, or change the positions by accident and fuck yourself and run off a mountain or something like that. So, and the second portion was just rambling on about Architect and how much, I guess, I don't know how to phrase it. It's just that I have hopes that this game will pop off again eventually. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you later 2020.